Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and these are the cards and envelopes from the September Paper Pumpkin Kit, and it is called Fall Toile, Toile. So super nice for the fall. I love the little fox and the pumpkins in front of the corn, and of course I just totally love leaves of all different colors. And I like the background, the forest setting for the envelopes in the background of the first card. Anyway, these were pretty easy to put together, and you learn how to do random stamping, which is very handy when you have plain backgrounds that need a little pop to them. So you'll learn how to do random stamping. So fun. Anyway, hope you like it, and please subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. Here we go. Hi, this is Dorothy back again with Scrapbooking, and I got my paper pumpkin the end of last week, and it is called Fall Toile, Toile. I'm probably not saying that right. Fall Toile. I don't know. Toile. Anyway, it is the September paper pumpkin, and it has wishing you the happiest of days, and little pumpkins and acorns and leaves, warm wishes, thinking of you, and thanks. And we have Cajun craze for the spot, this stamp spot. So let me just open that. There we go. Get it going. So let's see what we have here. Okay. I am seeing fall colors already, and scenes. We've got some woods and some deer in the woods. And here are our flat adhesives and also our dimensionals. And we have some ribbon, some grow green ribbon that's already cut. That's always nice. And nice envelope flaps. Perfect color. And here are the cards. So we have, let's see what we've got. We have 3 with the woodland scene. And then we have some corn. And then we've got three more that kind of looks like a fiber. And, ooh, bronze leaves and some sentiment pieces that have kind of a bronze edge on them. Nice and shiny. And we've got large round circles and smaller circles. Imagine that, a circle is round. Okay, here's 4 circles, and then we've got little banners with dovetails. And we're just getting all of these off of the carrier sheet. And then we're ready to go. So, and you have 1 extra of each since we have 3 cards. Okay, and then we've got another set of 3. That is a nice brown. Kind of looks like hot cocoa to me. Ooh, look at this. And so pretty. Ah, There we go. It's a fallen tree. Okay, here it is, standing up. Very pretty. And it also has kind of the bronze, is that bronze, I think, edge on it. And then we've got some more leaves. We've got leaves, die-cut leaves. And how nice that they all pop out so easily. So 2 sets of leaves, and then we've got a sweet little fox and some pumpkins and a thankful. And those are 3, and they all popped out together real easily. Okay, so here we go with here's our instructions. So this is what the cards look like. Let me come down a little bit for you. I wish I didn't have those. My lamps have a diffuser on them, but you'd never know it from the looks of things. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. Now you could just leave this as is like that and close it up, but I am just going to cut it off. And we don't have a bag that's quite big enough for this. Yeah, the stamp is too big, and so is this. We'll figure something out for sure. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. So these trees go with this background, the woodland background, and also the larger circles go with this, it looks like. No, that's not true. It's the smaller circles go here. And then on the, see, they have you doing a random stamp pattern. That's going to be fun. So this card background gets these leaves, and it gets the ribbon, and it gets the big circles. And then this background gets this. And the little pumpkins go on here, and the cute little, sweet little fox is going to go up here. And you stamp here. So oh, look. They're all, look how pretty they are. Love that. Always like shiny, right? I always do. So we're going to have 2 each on the 3 cards. So that's going to go with this card. And the thankful is going to go with this card. So now we have our card pieces all sorted, and we will start. Oh, look, so I didn't notice that. So we have 3 different colors of envelopes to go with our backgrounds. So really pretty, right? Anyway, okay, let me set that aside. And we will start with the first card is going to be this one. So let me give all the instructions a quick glance over, and I'll be back. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is a little bit of stamping. We're going to stamp the acorns. On our little circles. So one thing you notice about the difference between the paper pumpkin and the Stampin' Up card sets is that they don't have the clear block in the paper pumpkin, which I think makes sense, since if you get a subscription for a year, you'd end up with 12 of the same blocks. So, and look at how cute they're stamping. I have said before that the clear polymer stamps from Stampin' Up are very, very good and give very good impressions. So you just want to give it a count of, say, 2 or 3 seconds to get some ink absorbed into the paper. Okay, so now what we're going to do with these I can set this one aside. And we need our adhesives. So once, I can't get these to flip over. This side is going to be flat. Excuse me. And then the other side is going to be raised. And that is because let's just go ahead and put these on the others. So I'm just making sure it's this side that gets the flat. Okay, and then we're going to put our three-dimensional, whoops, our dimensional elements around the edges. And a couple, Daisy's making noise. She has a bed right below this table. Okay, so let's go ahead and Okay. So we are just going to put this so that it's parallel and equidistant like this. And then we're going to take our little acorn well, we're going to put our thanks on first. And the thanks is going to get dimensionals also. So this will go right down here. Whoops, preferably right side up. So right in here. And then we've got our acorn. So this side is going to go like this. So that's what the first card looks like. Pretty darn simple, right? Pretty darn simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the rest of these. So let me just show you right here. When you see these darker dots, those are the flat adhesives. When you see the what are they? Hexagons here, here, and around here. They're real light. Those are the dimensionals. So we'll go ahead and put our dimension. I mean, this is pretty simple. So we are going to do random stamping around here. So when you do that, it's okay to go off the paper. You want to put your stamps in kind of a triangular form. So just kind of keep a triangle in your head, go off the paper, turn your stamp around, and you can get kind of a randomized look to your stamping. You just have to keep on remembering to turn your stamp around. So that's the hint of doing randomized stamping. Is a triangular pattern. Turn your stamp in different directions and go off the page. So what we're going to do is stamp wishing you the happiest of days, and it just fits perfectly in this circle. There we go. So we have 9 of these bronze leaves altogether. So that means each card gets 3. And then we have that pattern of leaves. And then we have this that has the more yellow leaves. This has the more orange. This has the more yellow. So we're going to make kind of a circle of leaves, kind of like this. And these are all going to get dimension dimensionals on it, and this is going to get the flat. Okay, so flat. And dimensional. Okay. And these are going to go just in the middle like this. And then our bronze leaves are going to go on. Okay, so this one's going to get tucked under. And these are going to come out like that. And then we've got our little grosgrain ribbon. So that's just going to be like this. And let's go ahead and take these off. And that is going to go on there like that. Look at how pretty. Okay, so that's the first. This is a mess. I'll be right back. Got ink all over the place. You don't want to, you need to clean up your mess so you don't get ink on the rest of your cards and get frustrated with yourself. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean off my stamps here. Okay, on to the card number 2, and we will do our random stamping again. By the way, I'm using a 1x1 block, just so you know. So here's the third card, and we're raising our little scene here. I'm going to go ahead and fold my card so I get a better sense of where the corners are to center my scene. So here is our corn, and then we've got the pumpkins. Which are going to go right down here. And our little fox. He is going to go right there. And we've got, which I should have done before I stuck it down, but we've got our flock of birds. There we go. I lucked out. Okay, let me go ahead and stamp these before I put the backgrounds on them. Here we go. We're finished with our leaf that we did our random stamping, and you can do this. There are 3 different leaves here, so you can use whichever leaf you like, and you can random stamp anytime you want to add a little background to your paper. If it's kind of plain looking to you, then you can do some random stamping on it. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our, they have thinking of you, but you could also put thankful or warm wishes. There's one. And the second one. And the third one. Okay, so we're going to put our dimensionals on the thinking of you also. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those to our 3 strips, and then we'll be all ready to put the others together. I like to kind of do my actions, similar actions at the same time. So it seems to me it goes a little bit faster when you do that. So there's our third card. Okay, so see this envelope. This one, and this one, So there we go. Yeah. There's our cards there. And the envelopes. So, thanks for watching. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking. Thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe and learn along with me. Thank you. Bye-bye.